Hello everyone, welcome to Michelin King live packing orders and sorry, I'll just stick off this Alexa. Um, so I'm making some wax today. We've got some new stuff coming out. It is on the website right now. So this video will upload, and by the time it's uploaded, we will have these new waxes on the website. So first up, we've got Terry. Terry has come in for an 80% T1 Carnauba wax. So those of you that have been watching the last few videos will see that we have brought out a brand new range of T1 waxes. So basically T1 is just a type of Carnauba wax. So it's the purest grade Carnauba wax that you can get. It's typically used in pharmaceutical and medicinal purposes. So we've got a 50%, a 60%, a 70%, and an 80% T1, and they all come in about £75 each. 80% T1 is the first wax to have a limited run of 50 mils. I just happen to have some 50 ml jars that we don't really use for anything else, sitting next to where I make the waxes, and I thought I'll just use these. So there are 4 left on the shelf as it stands. So these have just went on the website recently. So all in, including postage, Terry was £22, which for an 80% T1 wax is very fair. What I would say, guys, is it just opens your eyes slightly to the fact that it's not all about the Carnauba wax. It's not all about the T1 content. So obviously, as you move up our range into the likes of Lily, Samaya, Jordan, I don't even mention the T1 content simply because it becomes one of our cheaper ingredients essentially. So just bear that in mind. The T1 content when you are looking at a wax isn't overly important, because even a high T1 content wax can be engineered to be made soft. So that's where it gets a bit tricky. But again, this is just a bit of fun. It just lets you have a shot of some high T1 waxes without absolutely blowing the bank. So, what else have we got? I think we covered this order the last time, but I'll just do it. It should be going out today or tomorrow. So this is Cameron. He's from EKJ Auto Valet. So thank you very much. If you're based in the Mansfield area or surrounding areas, give Cameron a go. So Cameron came in and he bought this. So this is our limited edition 1 of 1 ebony car wax. So I'll give you a look at this. This is about 300 plus mil. I just filled the jar basically. So it's certainly more than 200 mil that you get, and it's quite heavy. So well worth it. He's in the trade obviously, so he'll go through this no problem at all. And you can get refills on this as well. So once you've finished with this, just give us an email, a WhatsApp, a phone call, whatever, and we can sort out the refill for you. He's also went for our 80% T1 wax. These will be really popular, I think, just because it's an accessible price point. Fair enough. If I made an 80% Lily, it would be at the other end. But these are petrochemical waxes with some natural oil, so they're kind of hybrid natural wax, not too dissimilar to your other waxes in terms of the hybridization. Like the Trossachs would be one that's a kind of petrochemical natural. Heather being another. Heather, funnily enough, is a very popular durable car wax, but it's very high gloss. So it's probably one of our glossiest car waxes, under the £100 mark. I'm just counting the 50 the 50ml jars. So we get six 50ml jars all in. Sorry guys, quick water break. Hopefully that didn't come through in the microphone too much. Right, who else have we got? Mehmet. Hello. So Mehmet is, you maybe see if you're on our social media, always likes our posts and stuff like that. So thank you very much. Very kind of you. And you've went for two 500 mils of seal, which we have here. So again, guys, this stuff will go out today. Depending on the postage you've chosen, it'll be with you in the next couple of days. Most people are choosing second class. So just bear that in mind when you do order. It will take 2 to 3 days to arrive, just depending on the postage cost that you've chosen. I've got a Rogue quick detailer here, and I'm just going to find out who it belongs to. So it's not in that, it's this one there. Andrew, you might have seen these in the video before, guys, but if you haven't, these are our new, it's our new clan wax. So basically you get your tartan of choice. You don't have to obviously have your own tartan, you can just tell us one that you like. To keep it simple, guys, a lot of people choose that don't have ties to Scotland or a sort of honorary title. A lot of people choose Black Watch. So Black Watch is that's what keeps the UK safe. So don't believe these people down south. It's not the case. It's a Black Watch. When things get really tough, our military, that's who they call in. They call in the Scots Guard. And I mean, that's Buckingham Palace, interestingly enough. That's how that sort of comes about. When they were busy colonising us, they took all the best soldiers and protection for their own palaces and kingdoms. You laugh now. You laugh now. Right. What else have we got? So the Eros. This is important. Or I think it is. Eros limited edition of 15. It will be removed from the website on the 14th of February. So that is tomorrow. Don't forget Valentine's Day. So basically, David Stanley, he's come in to buy one. He gets a free sample liquid. With the discount, bearing in mind this is a 1 of 15. It is a limited edition. It's only £35. So very nice, high gloss. You've got some wet look in there as well. It's a red wax, and it's got a kind of fruity fragrance to it. So a nice fragrance. Next up, we've got Mr. Chris Franklin. I'm just going to do your order live, Chris, because there's a few bits and pieces involved. So first up, he's went for a detailing kit called the Cold Gear Detailing Kit Plus. Quite a mouthful. But basically what this is, it's a detailing kit mainly focused around about the wash stage. I'm going to pull this stuff out of the way just so it doesn't get mixed up. So first up, we've got 500 ml of snow foam. So this is our pH neutral snow foam, but I have also put in this kit, I've also put, sorry, I'm just getting a lid. Citrus Power. So Citrus Power is absolutely fantastic. You can use it for a variety of things, and what I'd be using it for within this kit is to increase the alkalinity of snow foam, your shampoos, that type of thing. It's also great as a degreaser or as a pre-wash, and you've got all the dilution ratios down the side. Good idea just to keep 3 or 4. And guys, just remember HDPE bottles. So if you're using diluting bottles, like old bottles, don't use these super crystal clear ones because they're not compatible with alkaline. It will just eat through the bottom and spill everywhere. So keep it to HDPE. Chera, this is my favourite shampoo. So this is our luxury shampoo. Essentially, it is a carnauba infused shampoo, so it leaves some protection. Really nice slickness. It's just a nice shampoo. Just a very, just a good shampoo. 500 ml of rinse, which is hiding on the bottom shelf. So this is a spray-on, rinse-off sealant. You can also apply this as a drying aid to help dry the car and lay down. That will give you more protection than diluting it through a foam lance. That is pretty much transferable to all these types of products. The thicker you can put this on, the more protection you'll get. Now, bearing in mind, most of this stuff only lasts a couple of weeks, but it does look very glossy because it's a silicon-based product, which gives a nice gloss. So again, if you're short on time or you just want to, if you're short on time, these types of products can really save your butt. So next up, we've got Exile. I take this one. So again, you know straight away this means business because it's in a heavy duty, it's an HDPE bottle. So anything that's coming in these types of bottles normally means they're quite strong. They won't be compatible with your PET or sort of clear bottles. All the spray heads, all that type of stuff. So that's us, 5 bottles there. You'll be absolutely shocked at the price of this, guys. So the kit is already discounted, but you get an additional 35% off at the checkout as well. Free polo shirt on this one. So this one here. The polo shirts are quite simple, guys, obviously because they're free. They're not, Ralph Lauren or whatever. Just got the logo on them. So a kind of trade type of thing. We used to do these for our detailers, so it's just a similar design. We have thought of bringing out a more weekend warrior type sort of enthusiast type thing where it's higher quality embroidery, that type of stuff. But the issue is the cost, to get these things made. And the reality is, do you really want to pay £30, when you could probably get a nice golf top or whatever for the same money? If you do want to do that, then let me know, because we can. But for instance, these are on the website just now, and they are, I think they're $19.99 per polo shirt. But remember, they fall into the sale as well, so you get them in the sale. So quite good. Sorry, I skipped over this one. So this is Alpine. So Alpine is a winter car wax for metallic paint. So as you'll see, we've got loads and loads of different waxes. And we got a lot of customers that say, John, totally overwhelmed by the choice. But the best way to use the website, say for instance, you've got a red car, you could put in red car high gloss, and you'll only get a few waxes coming up that match that. Because there's no point you buying like the wax that we made for white cars or black cars, or the one that's for metallic paint, or the one that's for blue paint. So it will narrow it down. So it will show you the waxes that are glossy. It will show you the waxes. For instance, Rosso would be my go-to for a red car. Can't go wrong. And then you can start to look at other waxes, maybe above that range, once the bug really bites. So next up, we've got Cloak. So Cloak is a glaze, has some filling ability, and it will give you a nice high gloss. Now obviously, well, you might not know this, so I may as well tell you. No point holding all the information. Most glaze products are not designed to be long lasting, simply because the history of glaze products can be pointed down to Concours d'Elegance, Pebble Beach. I don't know if you can see this. It's up in the corner. There's a big poster, just to let you know that we've done cars, just in case there's any. We did cars that are going there, just in case there's any queries about the standard that we offer. So originally, what glaze essentially was a kind of hybrid product that had some carnauba wax in there, and people would actually use glaze instead of carnauba wax, simply because back then waxes were really, really difficult to use. They were very stubborn to remove. If you left them for too long, some people even used their own. So if you had a coach house, or you had a driver, this is going back to like the Great Gatsby time. So that was essentially when these glaze products were coming onto the market. You would actually make something hot in your coach house and apply it to the paintwork hot. So that's where this hot wax came from. That's so it's not the stuff you get out the pressure washer, because that's just watery wax that's been heated up. This is proper liquid wax that they applied, let it cure, and then buff it off. Does it make any difference? It probably does. If you you'll use a lot more stuff, but it'll benefit the paint in terms of, whenever you use most things hot, it'll open the pores, so it will penetrate the paint more than a cold wax does, so to speak. But people find that really laborious, and obviously you entered a time of uncertainty, so people didn't have the same amount of money. So this is where the glaze product started to enter the market. People were looking for something that was a wee bit more, that was easier to use. So that's why it'll be difficult to find a glaze that lasts a long time, simply because they weren't really designed to do that. They were only designed to maybe go to Pebble Beach for the weekend, and then they would come back. So again, similar to us, you would polish the car for the week ahead or the weekend and do it again, because we didn't have all the distractions that we have nowadays. So there was a lot more time to polish our paint or get someone else to do it. So on this as well, the new 50ml wax that you're getting for free is the 80% T1. It's a 50ml. It's in our metal tin. We put these into metal tins simply so that you are aware that it is the free product, because when we used to offer them as glass, sometimes people would not be aware that the glass product was the free one. So that's why it's in the black aluminium tin, and we don't use the aluminium tin for anything else in the range. It's only for the free products. It also means that if you've got quite a few free waxes, which a lot of you do because of the volume of orders that you put in, so thank you very much for that. It just means they all look the same, all uniform on the shelf or wherever they might be stored, in a drawer that's lock and key away from the missus. Free sample liquid, excuse me, Chera, which is the Carnauba wax shampoo, and then 1 litre of clear. So clear, let me just grab this before I give you the sales spiel. So clear is a solvent-based glass cleaner, and the reason that we opted for this, and we have stuck with this style of glass cleaner for a long time, is it's just so effective at what it does. It doesn't leave smears. It's not oily to use. It's not greasy. It's very easy to use. It's even got a pleasant smell to it as well, and it cuts through the traffic film and the grime and such like very easily. So it's just superb product, very nice. There's not much, can't really make glass cleaner sexy. It's not like snow foam or whatever where there's a huge demand for that. Glass cleaner is one of these things that if you can get a good glass cleaner, I think that's why so many of our customers, for such a run-of-the-mill product, it's very popular with existing customers, simply because once they buy it and use it, you can see how effective and how easy it is. One of the main reasons behind the effectiveness and easy to use style of our products is because when we entered the market nearly 2 decades ago, majority of our customers were professionals, and business to business is so different to dealing with end users, simply because it's much more direct. So if a product's not good enough, of course the end user will be the same, but there's a much more direct response because it's their business as well that's on the line. So we've really honed these products down to an exceptional quality. Things like Pure, for instance, our best seller, and it has been for really since the day it came out. It's just, there are products that will just outsell everything else. So the likes of Pure, quick detailer as well, just another very, very good product, easy to use, spray on, doesn't smear, leaves a nice high gloss finish, and it also leaves some protection. But bear in mind, guys, a quick detailer is not the same as a spray wax. So a spray wax has to have an active ingredient. Okay, in my mind, a spray wax has to have an active ingredient that gives you about 3 to 4 weeks protection. Most quick detailers don't do that unless they've got stuff like SiO2 or any type of additive, let's say. But the reason it's so important to have a pure quick detailer, so a quick detailer that doesn't have any of these additives, is because if you've bought a high quality wax from us, you don't want to hybridize the wax with something like SiO2, because SiO2 is very one dimensional. Yes, it does give you the durability, but in terms of looks, it's very ceramic-y. It just depends what you like. If you like that glass type of finish, which is not as good as a wet look, in my opinion. So if you were to put lavender up against, which we had in the past, we had an SiO2 wax called Valentine. We don't sell it anymore, simply because I just felt, aside from durability, it doesn't look as good as what we normally do. And that was just something I wasn't too happy about. So we did a very short run and just never released it again. So lavender, for instance, would knock the socks off of this type of SiO2 wax. Even, to be honest, even RPM looks fantastic. And again, it's just simply because you'll always get a win with Michelin King, even though the RPM is, I think it's about 30 odd pounds. It's still made the same way that I make the other waxes. It still has the natural oil content. It's not an out and out petrochemical wax. So you're just getting something that's a wee bit better. The same waxes, so the actual ingredients, the pellets and such, like, I don't put T3, for instance. I don't put T3 in RPM. It's still T1. The other waxes that we use, it's the same thing. It's the same quality throughout. So I wouldn't, just because the wax is £30 doesn't mean I downgrade it. It's the same jar essentially, all the way up to about £150. So we just feel that there's a certain way to do things, and more so than that, I appreciate your custom, and I feel that if I can bring out a product that's really good, you're more likely to come back. You're more likely to buy something else and revisit the website. Fingers crossed. So, David, I think I covered your order in the last one. So you've got an Eros. Kyle, you have an 80% T1. So we've got 6 80% T1 waxes left on the shelf. Let me know, guys. I'm in two minds about this. I don't know after these 6 sell if we're just going to leave it as a short run, or if we leave this on the website as a more permanent feature, just as a reference point for people if they are interested. So leave a comment if you would like me to leave the T1 collection on the website for sale after this first batch, because I wasn't too sure how they would go down, because a lot of our customers they're not too fussed, I think, because they know, and we've discussed before, the T1 content, but I'm finding that the 80% is proving quite popular. So I will eat my words. So if you want me to keep it on the website and continue to sell it, then I will. If not, it's not going to take place of anything else, because they are a standalone product, so they're away from the core waxes, the mark waxes, that type of thing. And that brings us on to a couple of new waxes that I have made today. So first up, we have Macaroon. So Macaroon is a kind of almondy coconut smelling car wax. It's a show car wax, just kind of one of the fun ones. So round about the RPM price point, and it's a 200ml. We've covered the 80%, which I made the other day, so it's on the website ready to go. Oh, so sorry, that was about the 50ml. So the 50mls are now on the website and they're also ready to go. Form. So this was a wax that we brought out before, and it was really, really popular. This is the label, just to jog your memory if you want. It's a wee spaceman. It's a honeydew melon fragrance. So a really nice fragrance. I've not used that for anything else. And again, this is, so it's quite a high wax content. It's not up at your sort of 80%. But in terms of the actual wax, so the carnauba and the other stuff is quite high. I've also changed it slightly because it's a slightly different time of year than when we released it before. So this is more akin to, it's got better durability. It's easier to apply at lower temperatures. And the flip side is, if it's easier at lower temperatures, it's always a lot easier at higher. So the two go hand in hand. So your winter car wax can quite easily be used all year round. You just make it more malleable, so to speak, or more spreadable. Is probably the idea there. So it's not like your old-fashioned butter that you're scraping. So in terms of the sort of main thing about Form is this out of this world shine. So it's very, very shiny. So again, that'll be on the website now. So as you're watching this video, it'll be on the website. So that's Form, Form. Last but not least, we've got two more to go, sorry. So we've got Prototype 2. So Prototype 2 is it's not a no frills, because a couple of guys have said, is that like your no frills wax? It's specifically for customers who are not keen on synthetic or natural fragrances. So Prototype is a no, we don't add any fragrance, any colour, it's just the wax blend. So if you like your old school traditional, I love this wax because many of you know I'm not a huge fan of fragrance oils. Anyway, we make them in the core waxes, but we don't use them in the luxury waxes because they actually detract from the percentage that I could use to put something else in there that's really nice. So Prototype 2 is a fantastic wax, no fragrance. The next wax that we've got coming, that'll be on the website now, it's just a top up. So I've only got one 200ml and 350ml, and that would be honey. So honey's back on the website, slightly different blend again. So I know that you guys are now really love the fact that there are 3 or 4 versions of honey, and some of you have got all 3 or 4 versions. I think we're on so this will be the 5th version. So this 5th version, it's different oils. It's completely different oils to what we've used before. So it's essentially a new blend, but it's still very high on the beeswax content. So it's still honey, but I've changed the oils. Just again, the reason behind that is to boost the gloss. So the gloss is, in my opinion, it's the highest it's been. But the difference with this honey is you've got the wetness and you've got fantastic durability. So the durability of honey on this run will trump all the others. So Donald, please don't sue me. That was just a turn of phrase. So I think that's everything. I just picked a few bits and pieces today, guys. So I'll get on with packing this stuff. Royal Mail should be here in the next couple of hours, and you'll start to get your updates of when the stuff will come. So thank you very much for your time. Make sure you go onto the website. It's 35% off just now, and we've got lots of new stuff going on to the website nearly every day at this moment. As you can tell, my hands are nice and waxy, so when I go into the shower I just bead. There's an image for you. Right, take care.